Restitution. Section 901.6015. The Texas Occupations Code. I know what you're interested in, though. What you're interested in is this one right here. Exception to practice of law. Section 954.001. See, now, if I had lied and said I was licensed to practice law, you would have probably played along with me as if I had that license, wouldn't you? Yes, you would. And then you would have had some sort of secret proceeding at some point down your kickback pipeline to say, well, you were actually licensed to practice law. Well, I mean, you were, and you knew it. Yeah, yes, I did. And then that would have been what you would have wanted to strip me of, but I never said I had a license to practice law. Just like when you tried to get me to use my driver's license as some sort of surrogate for having an actual security license. But the problem is, your 15-year mineral lease is up. And even if you thought you were at that level, where you could take my efforts to come to Texas with my partner, by the way, and make a life for myself and use it instead for you, because you had a claim to the minerals based on all your legal jargoning and all of your expertise, it somehow was entitled to dispossess me of my constitutional rights in every single manner except for one possible encounter with a member of the law. For what? Well, to allow for the ceding of my claims for production for the previous years to be given to somebody else under fraudulent pretenses, by the way. But because we're talking about law related to real property or an easement or other interests associated with a mineral or mining interest claim, well, you've got to deal with these factors coming up right now, right? And your lease is up. And I know what's going on right now is you were expecting determination on your leasing rights and all that you would promise everybody else to have a certain kind of payoff. And you would hope to bond that shit, including through that little process you did in abuse of your office. All those offices, by the way, you were able to acquire in the 15 years you had that mineral lease. But we got a problem here. Not just with restitution, by the way, but with certificates and registration license or certificate required. Now, this is under a different section. But all that you hooked up in those 15 years would have already known that contingent upon being able to hook it up, you would have needed those licenses and those certificates for every fucking thing you did except avail me of my constitutional rights. And now I contend that all of them have been exposed as knowingly and willingly being engaged in an intent to deceive and defraud everybody that they were used for, and in the interest of all 15 years of production is at stake. The only thing at the end of the day I can say that you got was some sort of insurance coverage on being accused of being in a command position when it came to accusations of war crimes. You got off for war crimes, but you're not getting off for all of that other crime you committed. You did not deliver. You made promises and had expectations set up for a certain kind of production that was not yielded. Those are very serious offenses. Those are the kind of offenses that have a different jurisdiction and a different claim consideration than war crimes. And so, I don't know, evasive. Get to the point. You said you'd be a good slaver and you'd get your slaves to do a good job. We're 15 years down the road, you did not deliver. And I'm going to hold you accountable for every damn thing you defrauded in the last 15 years. I cannot stop it. You apparently did get exonerated for your role in war crimes. And the ironic thing is, I came to your office insofar as there may have been a period of appeal, which there was. I went to your office with what my challenge would have been, and what did you do? You defrauded all of those people. You promised production. You promised them that they would have a certain yield by now. They haven't gotten it. They're not going to get it. That is not covered by war crimes, unfortunately.